Hello and welcome to Championship Sunday right here at Esports Stadium, Arlington. This is the U.S. Army presents Reload Collegiate CSGO Invitational. As we're about to take it down to our four teams. This is our final four coming into the tournament. We started off with 28 different teams and we've now ended up here. But for those of you that are just joining us for the very first time, I'm Corey Dunn. I'm joined here with Jonathan O. We've been here for over 2 weeks now. Let's go ahead and introduce you to how this tournament was shaped up, what its whole purpose was. This is where we started. So, of course, first things first, we had 28 collegiate teams that have joined us from the central and eastern regions. We divided them up into 8 different groups. 8 days of group play lasting from May 4th, or all the way up to May 4th from April 27th. 2 teams from each of those groups advanced to the playoffs. We had a 16-team double elimination playoff bracket, and it ends today. We've had every single match broadcasted on twitch.tv/esportsstadium. We've only missed one map. We have not missed a single match, but we have missed one map this entire tournament, and that was a quick one. That was Purdue versus Northeastern, and that game ended in a 16-2. It was flying by while we were covering 2 overtime matches coming in from the previous one before, so it just overlapped slightly. But this is what they're playing for: $3,000 for first place, and then you've got second place is $1,500, and third place is $500. So that's how everything breaks down. Let's go ahead and take a look at our overall schedule of where we're going to be at today. This is what we have in front of us. Starting off, our very first matchup of the day is our lower bracket semifinals, Purdue versus RMU. Purdue is one of those teams that has just been showing themselves every single step of the way. We learned about them, we see them evolving every single game, and they've got themselves into a place in the Final Four. When we first started this tournament, John, they were ranked number 12th in our tournament. And now you can see them fighting off against a team like RMU. The following matchup will be our winner bracket finals. That will be a best of one that's between VCU and UCF. And then after that, we'll start to shape up the rest of the tournament from there. But, of course, you've got that will be our lower bracket finals. And then we'll have an exhibition matchup. The third place team of this entire tournament will be playing against the U.S. Army CSGO team. And that's going to be a fun one to see because the 4 teams that we have in this Final Four, they're really, really, really good. And so it'd really be looking forward to seeing how that one shapes up. And then after that, we wrap up with the finals. This is the winner bracket, or this is the grand finals. I take that back. It's the grand finals. And it's set to start at 6 p.m. That match can last a while. It's 6 p.m. as a start time. It is a best of 3, but it is a double elimination best of 3. What that means is that we can see bracket resets that may come into play. Where we could even have upwards to 6 maps in the final of the entire tournament going to this. And that would be one way to be able to end a crazy 2-week-long tournament. John, we've had a lot of maps throughout this tournament, and before we even start off today, we're already at 95 maps here now.
Yeah, that's going to push us to over 100 by the end of the day. And as we look at the bracket, Corey, something interesting I want to point out is that we've got number 1, 2, and 3, and that's RMU on the bottom of the bracket going as Purdue against, as you said, the number 12.
Yep.
So that's absolutely the dark horse of the tournament. And then we see number 2 and number 3. Number 2 being UCF and number 3 being VCU on that upper bracket final. The team that was number 4 was Kennesaw, and they were defeated by RMU for RMU to get into this position. So I will say, Corey, based on the seeding, I guess we did our jobs, we did our due diligence, we got the teams where they needed to, and it's just that Purdue, name of the game there is just Trade City, and they have always come out on top. I think you said it perfectly, is they just will always put themselves in these gunfights, in these trade situations, and they just always come out on top. They're going to have a monster of a team to go against in RMU, but hey, we've been putting Purdue out since so early in that lower bracket, and they've continuously proven us wrong that at this point, I think anything can happen.
Absolutely. I look forward to seeing what Purdue can do against a team like RMU. Yesterday, RMU, they just had a tough time. They were playing against VCU yesterday or the day before. I can't remember. There's so many days that have blended. But they were playing against VCU, and RMU getting knocked down to the lower bracket. They look like they were having just a really tough matchup there. VCU played so well watching that game. And of course, that's why we're seeing them in the upper bracket finals. And so we'll see how that one all plays up. But John, it's been a crazy tournament. We've seen so many different moments throughout this entire event. We've seen a close diffuse. We saw that yesterday with Newsty with just .00001 maybe seconds that was there left on the diffuse. We've seen so many other crazy moments as well. We've seen collaterals with the scouts. We've seen 1v3 clutches with being able to get the diffuse in the smoke. We've seen so many different scenarios that have been playing out just in this tournament. I mean, 95 maps, there's a lot of things that can happen, but you always ask the question, whenever you're talking about collegiate play, how is it actually going to end up playing out here? So it's been really, really crazy to watch here, John.
It absolutely has. And I mean, I think you nailed it, Corey. It's just we've seen everything at this point. There's really nothing else to surprise us, and I think Purdue is just the team that's always been surprising. Everything they've done has been surprising. The fact that they've even gotten here to this point. Remember, let's take a trip all the way back to the first time we saw them play. They were 16-6 against Ryerson. They lost that match, and they looked really down and out. And funny enough, that was probably the first team that team ever played together, period, because we've talked to them, and Cyber even said that they did not play together until this tournament. So that might have been their first match. We know Shut Up had just waken up for that match.
Yep.
And then since then, they have not lost. I mean, they've had some tough series. We've seen double overtime from them. We see them go into overtime. We saw their backs against the wall many times, but through adversity, they have always prevailed. And so I will say, as all the cool bingo boards that we've talked about of all the special moments with collaterals, insane deagle shots, insane one-taps from everything, Purdue has been absolutely the number one most surprising thing we've seen this tournament, and absolutely the most exciting part of it.
Yeah, no, it's been so much fun watching them be able to play. It's not just your standard kind of set up strats and see how you be able to work on your executes. There was a lot of great gunplay that came from this team. We've seen not just one player. We've now seen multiple players from that team start to show up, and they have to. That's just the way the tournament has to work out. The only way you get to this point is by proving yourself as a full team. There can't just rely on one single individual talent. But we'll talk a little bit more about all of that. But John, I've been looking forward to this. We designed out this entire tournament to create something incredibly special for all the collegiate teams that are involved in this tournament. We originally were supposed to be having a LAN event that was going to be happening in this facility right behind me on the stage. Then, of course, we had to adjust based off of the pandemic that had been in play. And from there, we were able to create something even more special, being able to provide accessibility to all collegiate students that are out there, and with great partnerships with the U.S. Army to make this possible, as well as partnerships with the NACCS to validate all of these collegiate teams as well. It's been a really, really awesome ride. But coming up, we've got the lower bracket semifinals. It's going to be Purdue facing off against RMU, and that's how we're going to kick off the day. It's going to be a good one, and go ahead and grab your popcorn and get ready because it's going to be one hell of a ride. We'll see you here in just a moment. Visit GoArmy.com and learn about 150 different career opportunities available now. Esports and the U.S. Army are working together to make things better. As you can see right there up on the stage, we've got Purdue. They will be facing off against RMU. This is going to be a really good way to be able to kick off our final day of our 2-week-long tournament here, John.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an exciting one. And not to get too far ahead of myself, but I think one thing I want to call out before we even get to the bands and before we even talk about the players is if we see Nuke, that can be an incredibly exciting game. And so I'm hoping that one doesn't get banned. I hope we actually see that one get played because Purdue, they said they never played Nuke before, and we saw how RMU setups, their defaults are just opening up so many doors for themselves. I mean, even literally opening up doors. But that one was just, we saw Newsty with that ridiculous 1v4 clutch situation, and then we saw him just have the defuse with, like you said, there's players in game, and they said in chat that the message said he defused it with 0.00 seconds left on the clock, so it's just literal fractions of a second.
Yep.
So if that's what's to come in this series, we are going to have an exciting day for ourselves.
Absolutely. So let's go ahead and introduce our teams. We'll be starting off talking about that team, Purdue. Purdue has had a Cinderella run, as we can see every single thing that we've seen from this team so far. As but one of which it started off this entire tournament was with Shot Up, and Shot Up had some really great games, but of course in the very beginning he came out cold, and we were very curious about this player, saying, who is this? Was it really worth it? And now we've seen why. He has been so effective. He has basically ended almost every single map with 30-plus kills, but then the rest of the team, that's what we were talking about before, the rest of his team developed all the way through the tournament. That was that moment where we were like, there's no way that he was able to get that defuse here.
And then this crazy 1v4, he finds the first pick, second, and look at the third one. Just boop, instantly on MJB. And then, oh my goodness, you see the score line. Look at that. They lost in the very first round of playoffs. And so look at that. They had to play 4 best of 3s.
Yep.
They have played so much Counter-Strike, which actually I think works in their favor.
Absolutely.
And we've always mentioned that this is a team, Cyber told us, they haven't played together. And so the fact that they've had to play against so many different types of style of team, they've had to play so many matches together, they've been able to understand each other's play styles. I think that's works in their benefit. And as you see the scoreboard, they've been doing great.
So let's go back to that for a second. So Cyber himself said that they've never played Nuke together, and they beat a team on Nuke to be able to prove themselves, because they had to face off against a team being Kansas State, and Kansas State played so well there on Nuke, and then that's the map that they ended up losing. Then they come back around and they play against a team like Rochester, and they win on Nuke. That's some crazy stuff.
That is crazy. That was just the one loss we saw in playoffs, was that first time they played Nuke, as you mentioned, against Kansas State, and it was a 16-12. It wasn't
Still
like
a good game.
It wasn't like even you would expect if they've never played it, it'd be a worse score line, but it was 16-12. They just kept finding ridiculous trades over and over again, and they didn't adapt enough in that first series, and then they went against a better team in Rochester on Rochester's map pick, as you said, on Nuke, and then they won. It was 16-10 in their favor.
Yeah, so crazy. So let's go ahead and get introduced these. You got Cyber, you got Eli, you got Fresh, Noosty, and Shot Up. As it's going to be today, we've seen these players individually start to ramp up on their own and start to become this collective. And so today, of all days, they all have to come out ready to play. And so let's go ahead and introduce their competitors. RMU, Robert Morris University. They come in as the #1 seed in this tournament. They only had to play one map in their group play. They then advanced in, and then they're in the upper round 1, and they continue to be able to dominate here. But here's some of the matchups that were lended themselves well, as they defeated Kennesaw, and they started to look really, really, really good as we started to watch them through these series here against Kennesaw. But that right there is Spermy, which was one player we called out. We said, Spermy, it's time. You need to start being able to pick up your shots. And then he was really having such a great game. We talked to him afterwards as well. You could tell that they're able to keep some of their composure. And here's Welshie, another graduate. So both Spermy and Welshie are graduate students, or graduates of RMU, and of course we've already said, congratulations for going ahead to graduate, and good luck to you for the rest of this. But here you can see it right now. RMU has also had a good run that they've had so far. They're 16-13 against UTD, 16-2 against UConn. That game was just dirty. It was on Inferno, and it didn't even look like UConn was in the server. And we're we're fans of UConn, watching them play. And then you can see right there the loss, 16-11 to VCU. That was a tough one for them. I think that was the first time that we saw them actually vulnerable in a matchup where it didn't seem like they could be able to come back. But Chaz in that game for VCU was so good. And we'll be looking forward to seeing him in the next matchup against UCF. But then you can see that last one, they won in a very strong fashion against Kennesaw. But you've got Welshie, Dragio, Reality, Retro Q, and Spermy here for your starting 5 for RMU here, John.
They went into Kennesaw's map pick of Dust 2. It was a scrappy, hard-fought win. But something I just want to call out is something we've been commending these guys. We've been commending their teamwork. We've been commending their just ridiculous headshots and overall their aggressive play style. But their spray control is something else. So many times we saw them spraying from so far away, and then they just find headshots.
Yeah, Reality spray was just so crazy to watch. He was inside of mid, through the double doors, spotted one on the top of T-side mid, and just full auto spray and gets a headshot by having perfect control down and to the left, and a headshot is what came from it. Let's go ahead and take a look at the map pick bans. Here it is for you. You can see Purdue was the team that picked first due to RMU having the higher seed. So Purdue, they are going to go ahead and ban Inferno. And then on the flip side, Dust 2 is out of this. And then now we can see right here, Mirage will be the very first pick. That is not a question coming out for Purdue. That is their go-to map here in all of this entire tournament. And so we'll be seeing that one coming our way here in just a bit here. But then after that, RMU, they end up selecting Nuke. Now that's going to be an interesting one to see because we talked about it earlier. Purdue, that the very first time that they've ever played the map together was in this tournament, and it was against Kansas State. They lost that. Then they played against a really tough team, and then they won that matchup, and now we're going to see against another really tough team on how they're going to be able to play that one out. And just for those that are curious, it is Overpass is the last map of this best of 3 if we get there. But John, my heart is ready. I'm ready to hop into this matchup. We are on Mirage, and starting off on the counter-terrorist side as we can go ahead and hop into the pistol round. It's already kicking off now. They'll be starting off on the CT side. John, it's all yours.
And we know how strong Purdue can be on this T side. Yesterday, they went 16-7 against Rochester. Rochester, I believe, is the number 5 seed. And here we go. They are already on the bomb site. There was only one person, and that was Welshie. They forced him out of the angle, and Cyber's getting the bomb down. So this is exactly what you want to see from Purdue, coming out of the gates strong, coming out of the gates aggressive, as Retro Q is able to get the first kill of this lower bracket semifinals, as now they are taking the fight towards CT. The bout is happening, and Spermy's able to finish it off with his team, and Eli's the last one remaining. He's at A ramp. He's got a 1v3 ahead of him. Welshie's even got a kit, and that's going to be too difficult from that position. And Corey, this is what I want to see. This is what I want to see is both of these teams square up. As we heard from M8 yesterday, he called out the fact that Purdue just keeps finding these trades, keeps finding these situations to just bout and battle against the other team, and they always come out on top. But RMU, we know they're the team. We've seen so many other times where Reality holds an angle, he gets 3, the round's over, or Spermy finds a nice shot, well, she has the AWP, Retro Q gets a headshot. I mean, everything that you could name it. RMU, on paper, should shut down everything that is Purdue. But we've said that about Purdue so many times. On paper, they should have been getting shut down left and right as they are going down mid. And they actually forced into this round is Purdue. Well, she's going to pick up 2, and that's going to be just left to Noosty.
Yeah, we saw Welshie and as well as his teammate Retro Q locking down mid. I mean, they had an M4 there in the hands of Retro Q, which actually started off this round. As Noosty going to try to see if he can be able to start something up here. That just does not happen. And really, what I'm looking forward to seeing is the gun round. The very first gun round coming out for Purdue. We're going to learn a lot about them and see which team we're going to see today. And you're really, really, really hoping that you see the team that has just been blossoming into what they've become thus far. So right now they're already down by 2, but RMU is really known for really solid pistol rounds as a shot up just catches that grenade off the start.
Another thing I want to call out here is just I want to see how much control RMU is able to take of this map, and it seems like he's got his foot on the gas right now. He's trying to take full control. He just finds a quick 3 to start off round number 3. He's going to find himself a 4th, and now it's left to Cyber. And Welshie was looking for the ace. But that gives away his position. And look how fast these players have collapsed on this position. All 4 of them have shown up. Cyber's got no business in this round unless he finds 4 incredible shots of his life. And that's not going to do it as Dragio gets that AK from the previous round. And that's 3 on the board. And Corey, here comes the guns. So something I was actually going to make note of is how they control the map. We know Purdue likes to take control through mid. They love sending one player towards underpass. And if you're RMU, I'm sure they did their studying. And they understand this Purdue's team's playstyle. And this is looking like their default setup. Just I'm mentioning, they're sitting 3 mid. One's going towards B, and he's going to go towards underpass. And this is how they like to take control. And I want to see how RMU is going to go up against this.
Well, they've got their same default setup that they've got, but look out, Spermy might be challenging here towards A ramp, and Cyber wins that gunfight. That was the one that I was going to be paying attention to because it's Any little angle that they give up, any little opening that they give up could be an impact, and a great pop flash over the top as Dragio finds shot up, and so does Retro Q into Fresh. And so now you can see Cyber has advanced. He's got his teammate with him. That's Noosty, the bomb carrier. And already you've got two players that are there on connector that are just ready and waiting for this attack. And they're basically providing cover fire for one another. They know that there is going to be action heading this way here. There comes the smoke over and they're going to see if there's anybody underneath the balcony. Just little by little trying to inch their way. They've got a lot of time to play with here. You can see there's only one MP9 here for the CT sides. That's in the hands of Reality, but don't count him out. He can cause so much damage as a nice grenade coming in, but the bomb does get planted. And Cyber is just barely staying alive. We can see, of course, through the X-ray, and that's going to be able to finish this round as Purdue has lost another one. And RMU now 4-0 against Purdue.
Purdue has got a rough match ahead of them.
They have to be hot on their very first map. They needed to be ready to rock and roll. And I mentioned that the gun round was going to be the first thing that we needed to be on the lookout for. And that first gun round did not look pretty. But again, they shut down, shot up just by leveraging a quick pop flash to be able to start this round.
The teamwork is already on point for RMU. As you said, holding towards connector. One pop flash, suddenly two players swing, and they find 2 kills. You couldn't really ask for better play, as once again we're seeing this default from Purdue. They love taking this mid control. They've got watch all the angles they need to, and RMU is just perfectly holding themselves around it. Cyber, he's been the guy who's been so strong so far, and he's just come out on top against Spermy in this bout twice now. He's feeling it. He's one of the players you want to see come alive here for the side of Purdue, but his team's got to join him. We see Eli's 0 kills, Fresh 0 kills, Shot Up 0. Some of these players need to start supporting Cybers. That's a nice pick there from Eli, and they're going to start rushing out to the site, but they don't have the bomb, Corey. That's going to allow their rotations to start coming through. As Shot Up has an idea that Reality's there, and they stack up for him. That's going to be so painful. They wanted to get around on the board from themselves, and it just got so much harder. These players have rotated over to A, so that bomb carrier and Cyber can start making his way towards that B bomb site. But both of these players have started bleeding very early on in this round, as there's only 27 seconds left. They got to make a move, and they got to make it soon, Corey, as it seems like they're wanting to make their way towards that back of site, or excuse me, towards the CT spawn. But they really just don't have time. At this point, I think they're just going to try and save. No,
they're going to try to collapse
running towards the site.
Yeah, they're going to try to go towards B. Here's the challenge. If he wins that, they would have been able to do something there. There's going to be a fake plant, and he's not even ready for it. And another round coming in for RMU, and there might be a level of respect that's happening. But one of the things I wanted to talk about, John, is we've mentioned what Purdue likes to attempt is they take over mid control. And I think what I've seen is RMU is giving them mid control. But what it really allows RMU to do is they know exactly where players are located at. And that's where they're going to start picking them apart little by little. Pop flash here, throwing a smoke and being able to create a new choke point. But here they go, going to start pushing here through the catwalk. Retro Q is going to be able to get one. He'll get taken out, but Reality over by the bench. See how much longer he's going to be able to take out these players here. Oh, as Eli finds himself one, he'll fall shortly after. It is now down to a 1-on-3. And just like that, Welshie with a nice peek around with the AWP, and there's 6 rounds in a row. I think RMU has, their play style actually is a perfect counter to to Purdue. And so what we're seeing here is they've got, because they have great team flashes, and Purdue's got a lot of raw talent, and those team flashes are just picking them apart one by one. And so we'll see another gun round coming in, and see if Purdue can be able to pick up one here on the board.
And Corey, that's an excellent point. They're giving up mid. And what they're really trying to force out for Purdue is like, all right, you have mid, now what are you going to do with it?
Exactly.
They're putting themselves in a perfect position all the way around them, keeping them stuck in some sense in exactly where they want to be. and they're saying, okay,
Yep.
well, show us what's step 2.
Yeah, while the bomb's going to be heading towards the B bomb site, look at the A site and how they're covering it right there. You can see how aggressive they are. They're ready for the retake or ready for it to be able to defend that. But let's go ahead and focus back in here on B.
Reality's found the bomb carrier as they start pushing through connector, and Reality is just going off. He's found 3. Spermy's able to pick up the other one, and, well, Elijah's still alive here. He's got 2, but he doesn't have the bomb. He's got 60 seconds to work with, but he's also got 3 players ahead of him. Oh, that's a good shot there. And if he finds Spermy, this is totally in his favor. Or excuse me, not in his favor, but it's a possibility.
Winnable. Yeah, it's winnable. And I'd say it's winnable still right now, but they're just leveraging him, saying, okay, go ahead and run about inside of this bomb site because we have complete audio cues to know exactly where you're at. And he decides to pick up that AK instead. Probably the right call here. But this could be an ace if he's able to pick this up. This is one of those players. Oh, man. Eli's, he's been good. But we've never, we've very rarely, I can't say never because I'm not 100% sure. We've very rarely seen Eli have just an absolute, like, standout performance that is like, oh, my goodness, look out for this player.
Well, he was hitting some great shots. He evened up with Reality, who ended with the 3K.
He's one of he's one of the only other players on the team with Cyber that is actually doing work right now. And Shot Up so far has been goose-egged.
That he has, and again, we're seeing that mid-control. One player going to underpass. That's Eli. Seems like they've even assigned the roles of who is going where. And now here's the important part as well. She picks up one towards mid. It's the idea of, sure, this is your default. We're going to give you your default step 1. What is your step 2? Because previously we saw they would find a pick either at Cat or Connector,
right,
and they would just run in behind it as Dragio was able to pick up Cyber. Okay, well that's, okay, there it is. There's that opening, as I was saying. They like to go to Connector and then pick up one from Cat as well. She's holding this angle. She's trying to bail. The shot is fresh. He's got the shot, but that is the perfect support there from Reality. They still do not have this bomb. It's left to Noosty and Shot Up is yet to find a kill on the board. This could be the round as they try to pick something up. As one player is starting to rotate over to B bomb site. That's Welshie with that AWP. He has been lights out.
Look again. See, this is what I'm talking about. RMU is all about those retakes and basically forcing Purdue to have to make a move here. You can see both Reality and Spermy are just sitting by a ticket booth. They are not challenging. They're not peeking. They're not trying to do anything fancy. They're just saying, okay, go ahead. We'll go ahead and let you go ahead and plant, because what that means is we know exactly where one player is located in a 3v2. And so they're playing this very, very well. Of course, there's going to be an adjustment because the round has been going on for so long. They just did a quick peek towards CT spawn. Now they're 100% sure they're heading here towards the A bomb site. And here they go. Right on the quick peek there. Now you can see there's Spermy just going to try to be able to spam through the box, and that round is over just like that. As RMU 8-0. Again, just great team play. And one of the things that Purdue was known for was just smashing through and just somehow always coming out on top in a quick rush. But a quick counter to that is once they get the bomb planted, I think RMU would even be okay with Purdue getting a bomb plant, because it will basically put Purdue in a situation where they have to defend and they have to wait it out. And I think RMU has just got them in a really good spot. They basically are controlling how Purdue is actually playing this game, and it's really, really fascinating to watch.
As we see it now, it's an A hit. They've decided to change from their default and try something else. As they had to, it's 8-0 in the favor of RMU, and they are not finding their shots, but that is at least one on the fresh to even up the odds. They've gotten the bomb site down, and Corey, as you said, they might be all right. And look at the utility just flying in. Fires everywhere. Welshie's just finding shots with this AWP. Grenades are landing on all players as Cyber and Shot Up are just holding on desperately. They've lined up. Welshie could easily find a collateral here as they actually see one shot coming through, and that's a smart peek there as Shot Up. He finds his first on the board. He's trying to follow with a second. He is, but it's just not enough. RMU is now 9-0. Purdue has just not found anything going for them on their map pick on Mirage, Corey. We haven't seen Purdue this down and out on this map ever.
No, it's the what we're seeing from RMU is just complete control. And it all started with the fact that they gave up mid and they just allowed them to have it because, oh my goodness, and now they're starting to feel like, okay, well, maybe we've got some better shots than these guys.
And that was the bomb.
And, man, Shot Up is not feeling happy about how the situation's been playing out. As Eli able to get one, that was through, from apartments through the window and market. That's a nice shot. Because you know that well, she probably was hard scoping. And now here comes the smoke grenade. Now it's going to be fully bloomed, so he's not going to be able to see through that. And they'll go ahead and take their time. 3 on 4, and has done some work with this Deagle. He really probably shouldn't even pick up this weapon. I actually would say just stay with the Deagle because I believe most of Eli's kills come from the Deagle. I think he had a few with the M4 earlier. And now you can see Retro Q. He's advanced over here to watch over here towards the apartments. Now he has a complete queue. There's going to be the first one. And let's go ahead and see if he holds the angle, tries to be able to get a quick flick. Inside the site is going to be Cyber. And now it's going to be down to a 1-on-2 for the very first time. This might be a chance for Purdue. They're both doing well on health. Noosty has an AK. They both have head armor. They're fully stacked up here. And Spermy just checking his angles. He notices that no one tried to peek him in towards the apartment, so he can start to make the assessments here. Still no one there. He does have a kit. He can still be able to play this one out. He is still not hit either one of those players at this point, and finally he's going to get taken down. He's checking way too many angles. 9-1 right now as Purdue, on their map pick, finally in round number 10, picks up their first round.
They've got a lot of money to break through, and hey, those are some great shots there from Eli. Corey, you've said that Eli hasn't been the player for the side of Purdue. We've seen an outstanding stepping up performance, yes. But at a time where we needed him to step up the most, it seems that he's performing great in this match so far.
Yeah, it's a team-based game, though. You need all cylinders firing right now to be able to compete against a team like RMU. I think Purdue has a lot of raw talent. I think they can basically win any gunfight across the board. Even with the likes of Reality and Welshie and Dragio, I think that they have some really, really good shots. They can win some really spectacular gunfights. But they all need to be firing on all cylinders at the exact same time to be able to compete here.
So after the success of last round, which was an eco, let's make a note of that. They would have went on eco for themselves behind the deagle shots of Eli, and then Noosty able to find a third, in which evened up the odds, given the bomb site overwhelmed Retro Q. Is now Cyber, here we go. Finds the first opening towards connector, where else? This is their comfort zone, is shot up. Has lobbed one down towards connector, and Corey, this is how Purdue starts opening things up. Like you said,
yep.
They start running in as a team. We know they love getting those picks onto the connector, and we know they love finding those picks on Cat. As Spermy somehow comes on top of that 1v2 situation, almost gets the bomb carrier. Noosty's going to get hit by this grenade, and it's going to do 18. Oh, it actually hits him.
Spermy.
He hit him through the walls, what that was, and Spermy's turned this 1v4 into a 1v1. The bomb's gone down. He's got 20 seconds. And he's rotating around.
Oh, no, Eli. Okay, I was hoping that he didn't decide to go ahead and try to chase down this kill. 10 seconds here in the round, though, John.
Eli, you've got 8-7. He's going for the kill at this point. He's just barely going to get that bomb down in time. And, of course, Spermy's going to know he has to plant it.
Almost took him at 7 HP. I'm ready for act number 2. Ready for this spray here. Oh, he knows he's behind that. Oh, okay, he's been able to make his way over here. That's a good migration. He does not. Oh, goodness. He was in a great position, and you should suspect hearing Spermy start to run towards the bomb or run towards the angle, so you could be able to play a game of cat and mouse for a little bit and see if you can get a better angle. But 10-1, Spermy clutching it up. That was a great, great hold just by him alone.
1v4, and this is how it started. They just ran him, and he just finds both of those players. If he didn't get that headshot into Cyber pretty much instantly. Yeah, he hit him through the wall there, and that's what allowed that grenade to finish him off as he's just finding shot after shot. And now that might be a collateral. Okay, he goes to fresh. And we saw this before. They like going fast towards Cat. We haven't seen this strategy in a while. And, well, she's just one step ahead with that AWP, and they're not even able to make it towards the B apartments yet.
What I like about what just happened is Dragio actually spammed through the smoke, because Shotup has done this time and time again. He spammed through the smoke, and then Welshi was able to capture him on the other side. So it slowed him down as he was trying to push through quickly, and then Welshi picking up the kill, and then another. The combination between Dragio and Welshi are so good, because you saw a pop flash coming out, and then immediately after that, Welshi peeks out of mid and be able to pick up another one with the off. Now, it's just like that, it's already down to Noosty by himself.
Well, he's found 2. He's going to have to find the ace clutch if he wants to take this one home as well. She's on 3. He's going to spot the flank, and here we go. He's got 55 seconds. We know Noosty's capable of these situations.
Absolutely.
We've seen it before. He had some crazy shots against Rochester. Now he knows where the likes of one player is at. If he's able to find this shot, and he looks away at just the wrong second, and that's 11-1 in favor of RMU. Man. RMU, their utility core. Not only are their shots connecting, but it seems like every time they throw a flash, it gets at least 2 players.
Yeah,
as we saw, they tried to get that apartment hits, and both of them got blind and had no chance.
I think Purdue is starting to warm up, which is good. But I think they probably should have warmed up before they even got into this matchup.
Yeah, you don't want to be warmed up at 11-1. You want to be warmed up at 0-0.
Nuke is not going to be easy.
Oh, absolutely not. And if they're not absolutely ready to play in that map, we might see a quick 2-0 in this series. But man, now we're starting to see the A hit coming through.
That'd be tough to see, because Purdue has been so much fun to watch. And right now, we're not seeing the exact same Purdue, but they're slowly getting there.
Now we see 3 players toward this A bomb site for the side of RMU. Look, a very quick rotation coming in for the sides of Retro Q, and even a flank from Reality as well. She's in a great spot. He's going to take out 2 players from this position. He's going to take out 3. The flank's on its way, and there it goes. Spermy is able to take him out. Reality just joining the party in time, and 12-1. RMU is absolutely destroying Purdue on this CT side.
Oh, man. You can just see the control coming in. Welshi is just playing so well. He's now currently 20-8. And I talk about Dragio. Dragio, of course, his scoreline doesn't look good, but he has been a really good support player for Welshi. So you can see what Welshi's been able to do, but it's been on the backs of Dragio with a lot of his smokes and flashbangs, his really good utility usage, baiting some shots out. And now Welshi is out of the round at this point, and you can see both mollies coming down. That's going to force Noosty out of position.
This utility damage is just so insane. His
no.
Reality's just called them out completely. He's found them both. Cyber's able to find the return, and hey, that's good stuff there from Cyber. He's found 2, and Fresh is like, hey.
Be good. If he holds this position any longer, which of course he won't, because that's how CS works. The timing is always that way, and oh no, Spermy! I should have been able to track that. Don't know if he actually rotated through. I probably just pushed through the A ramp and then realized there was a player that made his way into the site. And Retro Q getting this last one. Cyber though, starting to try to make that round look interesting. But RMU, they started this game, map number 1, 9 rounds in a row. And then Purdue found 1 in round 10, as now we're here in round number 15. And there's, of course, I'll give you the John Madden kind of pep talk here. You need to win this round. Of course, they need to be winning more rounds. So let's see how this one goes. As Eli kicks things off.
He finds Welshi again.
Eli's been playing really, really well.
Oh, Draggy is playing even better. His trades are now coming through, not in the favor of Purdue. We've seen this before, and hey, well, Cyber once again has evened up the odds. It's a 2v2, and they are running into this B bomb site. They don't check for Reality. He's holding out on bench, and he is all but closed out this round. It's left to Fresh. He doesn't have the bomb. He's got a minute and 10, and he's just trying to hunt. Reality's perfectly gotten himself out of that position, and it is 14-1.
So one of the things is we wanted this to be a LAN event. And these players are basically playing on a
Holy
LAN
cow,
server for both of them. Yep. So we've talked about it time and time again for Purdue having a really good ping going throughout this entire tournament. And you can see that RMU also has one as well. They're very, very low ping. They're sub-20s, which is really good to have online. So it just seems as if they're basically all connected to the same server. So we're getting a close to, not exactly, we're getting a close to LAN experience for both of these teams. And you can see RMU has absolutely been benefiting from it. But Purdue right now, in this pistol round, they have to do something crazy.
And we've always made the story that Purdue's great on these pistols, and there goes Fresh. He takes out 3. That's what they needed in this round. But Spermy still left alive, and we know how much of an impact he's already made in this game. He's able to do 1v4 clutches, and now it's a 2v4. As Noosey's found one, it's left Spermy. He's going to have to get the ace clutch to close this one out. Purdue is so close to finding their second on the board, and there it is, shot up. Finding a great shot there, and it's 14-2.
Man.
Look at these shots from Fresh. Just that one on the Palace, and then easily taking out the following 2. Purdue is so strong on these USPs, Corey.
Well, we talk about them time and time again that they've won majority of their pistol rounds in this tournament. They played a lot of Counter-Strike, but they didn't win the first one of this game. And then, of course, they were unable to find at least an additional round other than the one that they did in the first half.
Oh, my goodness. Over 100 damage from that grenade, as Eli's just going to have easy picking now. Everyone is bleeding on the side of RMU. That is almost a clean round coming out for the side of Purdue. As well, she's the last man standing. He's got 5 HP, and Cyber's able to close it out. That was an eco.
Yep.
But a fantastic grenade there from Eli. Oh, my goodness. That was like 150 damage. That landed perfectly at their feet. There you see the follow-ups. Yeah, once he found that, you saw him just swing on the drag. Only just one bullet needing to connect. As Cyber's able to close it out with his teammates. Now it's the first gun round for RMU. You've got to wonder to yourselves if Purdue can keep this momentum for any longer. Try to get the scoreline a little bit more even. As hey, that's a good pickup there from Cyber. Who expects someone to get aggressive with the MP9 at mid that soon? Not Spermy, that's for sure, as he's out of the round. Drago's going to push out behind that Molotov going out, and he's going to win. No, he's not. He loses to Cyber. That's a fight he should be winning, especially against the MP9. And here we go, Corey. This is what we were talking about. Purdue, they love to take these fights. They love to keep the games gritty. They like to get these brawls. And they're winning them now. And they're confident. You can tell.
Yeah, I want to get excited right now. I want to see these players start to get hyped up. I just wish they would have done it slightly sooner. Because right now, RMU has a 11-round cushion just to get to tie point. Losing the first half 14-1. If Purdue comes back to win this game, that is going to be something else to see.
And that was a gun round. All 5 players surviving on the side of Purdue. They even pick up AKs for themselves, Corey. I could see this starting to climb back in favor of Purdue. We know this is their map pick. Let's not forget that.
Yep,
RMU started
correct.
with the 14-1 on their T side. It's their CT side. But now it's Purdue's turn to show what they can do. Seems like 5 players going towards A site here. Reality's going to get the smoke. And here they come. Shot up's the one on site. He's going to hold it down. Gets a Molotov down. They're just going to run right through it. Shot up's able to find the first. He's not able to find the second. He was completely blind. And now it's from his teammates. As they are continuing to push down this site. They're going to get the bomb down. They've got the positioning. And oh, Reality's found himself an AK. And that's huge. He's going to find one. He's going to keep hunting. He's going to try to take that fight onto Eli. He's forced Eli out of that position.
Well, he wants that gun. He wants to be able to have his teammate. There's a teammate right behind him being Walshy who's going to try to be able to pick up this weapon. If he's able to find it, he might be even more effective now. But they don't. They have not currently not being able to hold down the bomb site. Walshy with the Tech 9 on the flank there. They had to be able to win these gunfights. Now Noosty. He's got a chance here to be able to get the defuse. Oh my goodness, it's out in the open. He's going to go ahead and try to commit through there. As you can see, Reality, that's going to be the round going in here. Of course, Noosty's going to try to be able to do the miraculous again. It's just not going to happen. And it's going to be 15-4. Reality being able to push through, find the one AK, and be surgical to be able to pick up the round. Purdue just needed to take over the bomb site faster. They did know, of course, they had no clue that Welshie in reality had already pushed through CT spawn. But if the only way they were going to be able to win that round is that they were able to take the bomb site faster, and of course, having the numbers advantages always be nice. But we'll go ahead and see how this one plays out. You got a quick little bait here from reality that's over here inside of apartments. Uh-oh, shot up, decides to try to be pressuring here into the palace, but this is where the real action's happening, as there's a slight angle. And oh no, as Nusi is trying to be able to provide some cover. There's a quick no-scope coming out for Fresh. As now it's going to be down to a 2-on-2. Nusti and Cyber. And Reality's alive. Oh my goodness, that would have been nice if he would have been able to peek out just a little bit further. There comes the smoke grenades. And Reality, he's always lurking about. You have no clue where he's going to be playing at. And this is a long defuse. This is not good. Oh my goodness. As Cyber does a really good job. Just a nice shot being able to pick that one up. Just running M4 headshot. And he's actually, he realizes that he's trying to figure out where that AWP was going to be, because that AWP is so expensive.
They had two of them in that round. They have one in the hands of Fresh and Nusti, and it works out for them as they squeak by behind a running headshot with that M4. You said it, Corey. Cyber, he's 18-5. He's leading the front for his team. It's no surprise he's able to find that shot. He's absolutely warmed up, but his team's got to start warming up as they've got 10 rounds that they need to win. Once again, they're going to be meeting guns this time in the hands of RMU. This is a mighty task. It seems like it's going to be yet another A hit coming in for RMU. Two players on the side of B for Purdue. This time ShotUp's not getting aggressive, and here comes the hit. Let's see what damage they can do and how they can weather the storm. Some of the players start rotating over. They're getting very far forward on this site. They haven't spotted any of those CTs, but ShotUp's found two, he's found three, and he's found the bomb. He is lights out so far. But Spermy has put him to sleep as Nusti's able to follow it up. It's down to Reality, and he's coming through connector. They don't see him. They don't see him, Corey. He's not able to find the second, and Nusti keeps it under control. If they did not find him soon enough, Reality absolutely could have done some damage there. That could have gone dicey. But here we go, ShotUp starting with that three. They line up for him, make it easy. And they're going to see Deagles coming out now for the side of RMU. And if there's one player on the side of RMU I'm watching with these Deagles, it's RetroQ. I think he's had probably the best Deagle on this team. And if they're able to win on the back of a Deagle, that has to take some win out of the sails of Purdue. Because they got to start feeling better. They're warming up. You can tell. Their shots are starting to connect. And if these Deagle shots are able to land, Purdue's in themselves for a tough time as ShotUp's finding himself in a great position to pick off one.
Yeah, currently it will look like RMU is going to try to be able to bait out. Oh my gosh, there's the ShotUp that we know. And Eli, again, he's playing really well over here in the B bomb site. He's been playing really well on Mirage altogether. And so has Cyber. And I've started to see Nusti start to be able to pick up some really solid stuff here. Down to this 1-on-4. There's the Deagle. That's going to be able to finish things off. I think we're going to start seeing a really hot Purdue team. The only player that needs to start to chime in is going to be Fresh. So right now, they've got a long road ahead of them.
Well, it was 14-1. Let's remember that. So they've at least gotten 6 on their CT side. Nusti's just looking for toes. Now we're starting to see a mid-control coming out for the side of RMU. And oh my goodness, Welshie just coming on, swinging through that smoke. He's found one. He's trying to find two onto Nusti. He knows where he's at. He's going to smoke him off. And that's going to be all they need to get this bomb down, Corey. This can be the last round here. And it's looking to be, they've got great positioning, and it's a 3v4. Spermy's all but out of this round, but he's still got an AK, and that's all that matters. Two of these players are coming from CT. The other one's watching the window room as Spermy, with 1 HP, is able to find 2. He's going to close out this map. It seems like as Nusti's not able to find a shot, and Reality comes from behind, 16-7 in favor of RMU. And you know what, Corey? We called it 16-7 is what happened last time for Purdue on that map, but that was against Rochester, and they won that one.
Yep.
This time, RMU returning the favor and showing why they're the #1 seed.
All right, so we saw a very, very slow start from Purdue, losing the very first half on their map pick, 14-1, and so we'll see. Man, that's a tough game. It seemed like we slowly saw them ramping up. Cyber started off very strong. He was one of the very few, and then after that we saw Eli come on board, and then after that we saw Noosty come on board, and then we started to see Shot Up come on board. The problem is, John, it may have been a little too late. I feel that was the map that Purdue has to win. And now they have to basically shock and awe us again. In the very beginning of this tournament, we questioned how good is this team. They didn't look that great in the very first map of this tournament during group play. But ever since then, they've been impressing us time and time again all the way through until now. I want to see that same team that we saw yesterday. That team, I think, can be able to compete against the best of the best like RMU. So coming up next, we'll be heading into Nuke. If RMU can be able to win this one, they will advance into the lower bracket finals. They will be in the money. They'll be in the top 3 of this tournament. And if Purdue loses, they'll be going home, and that will be just a Cinderella story that will be written. But it would have been a good one. We'll be back with Nuke after this. Learn more about Army careers in science, technology, engineering, and math at goarmy.com. More than 150 different soldier possibilities ready and waiting. And as you can see, the matchup right here, Purdue versus RMU. We head into map number 2. That is Nuke. Oh, man. RMU came to play today. And the combination, we saw Dragio and Welshi playing off one another so incredibly well. Reality doing what he does best, is just being annoying in all the wrong positions, all the wrong times for his opponent. And again, it's been so much fun watching RMU kind of develop as well. Like in terms of we saw what they did in the very beginning of the tournament. They looked like they were just playing around. They looked like they were just having fun. They were just smashing. And then we saw what the challenge that they ran into against VCU, and it felt like they just could never catch back up. Today, if RMU wants to win this tournament, they've got the longest path possible. They have to win this best of 3. They have to win the lower bracket finals best of 3. They have to win the grand finals best of 3 to reset, and then they have to win another best of 3. That's a lot of Counter-Strike in one day. John, I think RMU, though, if they're going to get that far, they're ready to rock and roll and try to be able to pull it off.
They are, and they're on the map that could be ever so quick, and that is Nuke. We saw how disgusting they were on this map yesterday against Kennesaw. Their T side, they made this map look like it's like a 12-3 T side, and they're that strong. So Purdue's got a mighty task ahead of them. And Corey, you were talking about RMU having the longest road possible. Let's remember that Purdue actually started the playoff bracket on the lower bracket. So they've been playing best of 3s since day 1, well, day 2, because they started in the upper side, and then they lost to Kennesaw 16-8, and then they immediately jumped down. So if any team that has played the most matches in this tournament, it actually is probably Purdue, as they've seen multiple overtimes. They saw a double overtime, and now they're finding themselves in a almost impossible match right off the start against RMU at Nuke. And with that said, Corey, they're starting off on the CT side. We'll have to see how they can weather the storm that is this ridiculous set play coming in from RMU. They've already smoked off many and looking like they want to make their way towards Secret. We know how strong Purdue are on these USPs. They showed us last time, and oh my goodness, the team firing all the way on the fresh. He was the guy who made the difference in that last pistol round. He found three quick kills, and now he's out of the round as the B bomb site is theirs. His Cyber's going to be there to join him. And he's got to do some immense damage for his team to get into position. RMU hasn't started pushing just yet. They want to find more players. They want to find more positioning for themselves. They want to guarantee that they're safe to go. Actually, they start making their way up towards this A-bomb site. As Eli's been tagged to one, all it's going to take is one bullet, and there it is. RMU just keeping this map fresh. They're exploring every inch of the map, making this so annoying for the side of Purdue. Is now shot up, and Nusi, they're able to find 2 nice shots there. Spermie's about to run out of bullets. It's down to a 2-on-2 situation. Now, they just need to find the players. They don't have a kid, and Cyber's just going to stick it. We saw him do it last time. He's not going to be able to stick it this time. They know its position. They know he's defusing. He's just going to try and get on it again. He's just being annoying. And look at this song and dance coming in from RetroQ. He knows he doesn't have to take the fight. He can just wait out the clock, and he's already done his job as he didn't have enough time. And that's going to be RMU winning that ever so important pistol round. And Corey, this can be the beginning of a huge half here from RMU. And they had a 14-1 on Mirage. I can only imagine what they're going to do now.
Well, like you said, this is where we're at right now. And RMU, of course, they've got this one. Oh, bunch of nades coming out for Welshie. He gets dropped down to 39 HP. Shot Up's going to get taken down. This is Shot Up's position. And if RMU can take over Shot Up's position right outside of the hut. Again, I talked about how do you defend against Shot Up. You go back to what Ray used to do on this map from
Just run at him.
No, you shoot through the wall to start. You shoot through that hut wall to be able to start off the round. And so now you can see how this one's playing out at this point. It is down to a 3-on-4.
They've done a lot of damage, however. If you look at Fresh and you look at Eli, well, Fresh taken out now. Eli's bleeding, and Nusi, he's found himself at Mac 10, and oh, he's lost himself at Mac 10. Eli is hurting. He's just seeing if he can find a weapon. Ooh, that's a nice shot onto Welshie. He doesn't have a kit. He's just going to try to take that Mac 10, see if he can do any damage with it. He's got so many angles to look after. Spermie shoots him in the back, and that's 2 on the board. We'll see the guns coming out for Purdue now. And Corey, as you said, I think something to watch here is how Shot Up's able to hold this angle, able to hold on to this A site. They haven't started spraying him through the walls. Last time they just walked in and found him. That's when he did not have a weapon. He had the Glock in his hands, and so this time we'll have to see. Seems like they're going to quickly try to bust open the door, and Spermie's going for that vent play once again. He's running in and just looking straight up. They've actually taken a lot of damage trying to get in. As Nusi drops down and falls right into the clutches of Spermie. That is that play we love to see out of him, and that's the play he loves to perform. As Dragio's going to make his way and join his teammate. As Shot Up's found himself actually pretty far behind enemy lines here. There he goes. He found RetroQ, and that was the bomb. These players on the side of RMU are vastly spread out.
Like you said, the bomb down inside of lobby. Shot Up's going to be able to try to see if he can provide any coverage. Eli's in a tough spot. Oh, man, Eli just loves to run about. And this game is, especially this map, is all about audio cues. That audio cue may have worked in his favor, though. Because right now, Dragio has no clue where he's at. Oh, that he's able to spot the shadow. And there's going to be one out of this round. Don't know why Eli was trying to move so much. There's so many different angles, and you've got the upper hand. In terms of you've got the bomb down. If anything, you try to regroup with your teammate. Shot Up, though, is going to regroup with his teammate, which is a smart call here. He changes his position. We see him do it time and time again. At that point, the bomb does not make it down the vent. And Dragio right around the corner. Oh, my goodness, that was close. But now he has no clue where he's located. 8 seconds left here in the round. And now he hears him. He's going to go ahead and try to be able to run away as fast as he can. There's no bomb plant here. And there's a flashbang. And, oh, my goodness. As he will be able to pick him up, and that's more important right there as well. He gets 5 kills in that round, but the main part that I want to talk about is Spermie, him dying after the round ends, and so he will not necessarily have a lot of money, but he actually is doing okay because of the fact that he had money from the previous round. He's been alive for serious rounds. So John, I did a little research. And I was talking about how RMU would have a very, very long path to be able to take. That is true for both of these teams. The little bit of research that I did is this is the 9th map of the tournament. This one right here that we're currently on, this is the 9th map of the tournament for RMU.
Really? We've seen them 9 times?
This is the 9th map that we've seen. And for Purdue, this is their 18th map. So putting that in consideration, Purdue has been getting a lot of game time. This is their 18th map of the tournament that we have seen them. I take that back. We've missed one map that we've seen them.
We covered some of it. We didn't cover it in totality.
Yeah, that's the way I always look at it, though. We didn't cover it in totality. It was not our focus. As now the bomb's going to get planted here by RMU.
This eco round has just been so strong. Retro Q was able to find that first pick with that Deagle. As we know, he has got a sharp one in his hands. It seems like Purdue is just giving this one up quickly. They found themselves an AK, and that's all they're going to be happy with. So they're looking at the body, wondering if there was something under that. Not able to find anything, unfortunately. So that's going to be 3 on the board for RMU. I will say that Purdue has weathered this storm pretty nicely. Despite losing the pistol, already getting around on the board has to feel a little bit good, because last time it took them 9 before they found one. It's 3 and 1 in favor of RMU, and we know how strong RMU is on this map, so they can't be feeling too down and out about that. So now going into the next round, I have a feeling that Purdue's going to try and force. Shot Up's got almost 6K. Cyber and Fresh don't have much, but they've been able to carry 2 guns over. We know how Purdue likes to play aggressive, and we know how they like to force themselves into some situations, and there goes. The M4 and the Deagles, yep, they force everything out. They're going to be met with the auto shotgun by Retro Q, and he found that from the last round. And this is going to be an ever so important round here, Corey.
Newsy was caught on fire for a little bit.
The reason I say this one's so important is that we're starting to see how will Purdue go against this default of that of RMU. They haven't got their outside smoke set yet. They haven't started that strategy, essentially the carousel of options that RMU has to pick from. And this time, they're just playing it slow.
Well, what we're seeing right now, though, you've already got one player, Welshie. Welshie was able to make it by. They're not even really watching the outside. And that's a problem. They're not even watching lower either. That's a problem. And Welshie is just going to continue to expose this. As they're already set up, they could go ahead and collapse on ramp, and that's what they're going to try to do here. As they find Shot Up, he can go ahead. Welshie already broke the glass to be able to tell his teammates, we are good to go. This area is clear. And Retro Q, he only had an auto, so that's not going to necessarily impact them too far. Oh, but look at this. This is typical reality play. And let's see if they check their corners. And they don't. And, yep, there's one. Oh, man, I wish we were watching reality. I knew that we, oh, man. He played that. He's just playing with them. I think reality is having fun with this game because he knows that, you know, they were able to take map 1, and especially it was a tough map for Purdue. It is a 3-on-2. And Spermy able to take down Newsty. That's going to be a quick little drop of the molly. He was hoping that it would actually go a little bit further. And he's going to go ahead and try to be able to stick this one. That's a flashbang. He has no clue where he's at. He can't see him until just now, and he almost tries to get it. And the bomb will explode, and Spermy will stay alive. 4-1 right now.
Look how close that got.
That's close. Almost being able to pick that one up.
Only he had a smoke instead of that flash grenade. Now RMU's got 4 on the board. And the force was not enough, as now they're seeing themselves on a Deagle Eco. Elijah's already out of the round, as they are running towards Secret without stopping. Continuing forward as Dragio is just holding back to see if these players are going to get aggressive. The B-bomb side is theirs. Oh, Shot Up, actually.
Reality going, wait a minute, so I can hit players' heads, but this window is going to provide a challenge for me.
That's just easy picking from the side of RMU. Got the bomb down and then start hunting down the players. Only losing 1 rifle, but their money's looking great in that one player. Who was Dragio, had 7K. 5-1 now in favor of RMU. Guns have come out for the side. Purdue. I'd be curious to see how much they want that AWP in the hands of Noosty, or even Fresh for that matter. 'Cause that's a good grenade coming through. It's her 2 players in Reality and Spermian. They just have no fears running without a smoke. They have just run right through it, and they're already towards Secret. That's Reality once again leading the front down towards that B bomb site. Dragio's trying to make some noise. He's not able to. Well, he made the noise, that's for sure. He just didn't cause any damages. Shot Up's the only player on the site. He's holding his own as he knows the glass is broken now, and he is needing to watch every single angle as his team's coming into support. He's going to check one, and there he is. He's going to find one. This round is sure to be that of Purdue's as well. She's found one. He's got a 1v4 ahead of him. Let's not put it behind him just yet. He's spotted. He's down to 49. Noosty's there to challenge, but he's at 29. He's waiting for his team. He doesn't want to give him this one-on-one situation, but now just swinging, pre-firing, and there we go. Second on the board. The gun round is successful for the side of Purdue. However, with that said, they have to get through another gun round. RMU's money is too stable.
Yeah, I think right now what we're seeing is just a little bit more of a puggy style coming in from RMU just to play with this game. I mean, that's what we're seeing. You can see every single one of these kills just all spread throughout the map. There's there's nothing that was in like an individual location. And that definitely lends itself really well to a Purdue team. As here comes Reality. Reality be able to push right on through. He is still not stopped, and Eli, who is supposed to be watching the outside, and his teammates just get taken out, and Dragio finishing off Shot Up. This RMU team, they've got complete control over this game, and you can see that there's no one really watching outside from Purdue.
That was just clinical. RMU just, Reality's gotten in there. He found 3, and you can see Eli was far too late trying to find the swing.
Yeah, let's see what well she does. I mean, you can see they've had control over the outside this whole time. As well, she's being able to push around with his teammate. Eli's the one that's supposed to be watching the outside. And they've already pushed through Big Garage at this point. Again, that's look how much they are allowed to do this. Oh my goodness! As now they're able to kind of shut down the rest of these areas. There comes in the nade. Dragio inside of the site. And again, they just have so much.
Wait a second. How did Welshie just take out Retro Q there? He just sprayed through the smoke through the wall?
Yep.
That is so unfortunate.
Right? Retro Q is low on health.
You weren't kidding with these paper-thin walls on Nuke. Holy cow, I wasn't expecting that. It didn't seem like Welshie was expecting it either. Now it's 7-2 in favor of RMU. Purdue's got to find a stride at some point. Got to stop the bleeding somehow. As now it looks like they're making their way towards outside. As they're not even smoking. They're just walking in. This time it's Retro Q he's able to find 2.
I don't want to tell you what I think they're doing. I hope it's not the case, because that's... Oh, man.
Well, just taking turns going in through mini and see who's going to go find more, because that's what it looked like. Retro Q said, hey, I want to try it this time. And he found 2.
Well, let's go. I mean, cycling through the players, you can see that they're not even in regular positions at this point. At the start of this round, we had 2 players that were still close to the T-spawn truck.
Look at Cyber. Interestingly enough, he's just still back at spawn. He's so uncomfortable. He doesn't know anything. All we know is the bomb is down. I think Shot Up might have seen the shadow. He's going to see the gun now. He's going to get himself into a good position. Now there's 45 seconds. They got to make a move. They're not going to check this angle, and they're going to line up for Shot Up. That's a great position as he's got shot on top of Marshmallow. Noosty's able to close it out, and here we go, Corey. 3 rounds on the board here for Purdue. Is that 2 in a row?
I was keeping track of some other details. I think that may have been. Yeah, they're currently, its score being 3-7. I think it was 7-1 at one point. It was not, no.
Well, the point I was going to make is it seems like Purdue's starting to get some momentum. Eli's able to find one, and that's Spermy towards outside. Seems like Eli's found himself in a much more aggressive position outside, but a shot up gets picked off towards B. That sparks the alarm, and perhaps a rotation coming through as Eli's now gotten picked up from outside. A lot of these players on the side of RMU are hurt quite badly. Ooh, fresh. He saw the feet.
He just didn't react to it. He thought about it, and that's not good Counter-Strike. Everything in Counter-Strike is reactionary. You know what you're going to do. You're in X situation. You already know what you're going to do before you do it. And so now you can see bomb is planted in the lower site. Cyber by himself, 1-on-4. It's one of those things, John, that you do. You can, if you're a professional player of any sport, you go through scenario drills. And what we just saw there is just not being prepared, not being ready. And I see you, John, fresh at 1-11.
That was the player you were even talking about. He didn't react to that shot.
Yeah.
That was the same player in that same position.
Yesterday.
It could be a lack of confidence.
It could be. There's also chances. I mean, there's so many different things that we can think about. These are collegiate students that are, trying to be able to manage their own schedules, and during a quarantine phase, sometimes it's difficult. Fresh yesterday, before his 10 o'clock match, before his early match, he actually ended up pulling an all-nighter and staying up through the night to play his 10 a.m. match. Today, you cannot do that. You should have had your full rest, and that could be another thing. I mean, his reactions could be a lot slower going to this one. Shot Up is trying to be able to get through the smoke and behind the team, but wow. This game has gotten way, way out of hand. And I feel like every time except for once, every time that we talked about RMU, we talk about games just getting out of hand and just being crazy.
Well, the one time it got out of hand for them is actually
against VCU.
It was VCU, so every game's gone out of hand. It's just whether it's in their favor or not. I guess actually Kennesaw and Dust was able to weather the storm.
Yeah, Kennesaw's game was a lot of fun.
But with that said, it seems like they've already picked up one into Newsy, and again, Corey, just look how fast they've made their way down Secret. And it's always reality leading the front. It's either he's going towards Mini or he's going towards Secret. And he's always been an impact. Because now the B bomb side is theirs. We're seeing two players trying to come around on a rotation, but Dragio's holding down the position. He gets traded. Of course, Spermy's there to support, because why not? Shot Up's actually able to find reality towards that B bomb site, and it's now left to him with 16 health to work with. He's on top of the site, and they're just going to start collapsing shortly. Actually, they know where he's at, and they're just toying with him. RetroQ decides to join the site as now he hears the bomb going down. He just wants to rush. Well, she just gets out of there in the last second possible. And he's holding a great angle. Shot Up's not going to expect it. He's going to get taken down. That's what that 16 HP looks like on his favor. 10-3 now, Corey. Last time we saw it, it was 14-1 at the half. That was on Mirage, and that was on Purdue's map pick. It's strange that they're looking more comfortable on this map than they are on Mirage, but we'll have to see their T side as RMU absolutely lights out on their T side. We haven't even seen those same strategies. We've seen Spermy, he likes to do this, and that's exactly where he's going to go. Newsy, he's going to follow him in, and that's the second time we've seen that from Newsy.
Yep.
Just not able to resist himself as he jumps into the vents, and these players are getting picked off one by one. Cyber is able to even up somewhat in his favor. Now it's a 3v2. There he goes. It's now just left a Shot Up and a Deagle. He's finding himself in heaven, but these players have already found themselves to the lower bomb site. They now get the bomb, and Shot Up's actually got himself an AK. He's going to hear some of these footsteps. And as you said, Corey, Nuke's one of those maps where audio cues are everything. If he just turns at the right second, oh, I don't know if he saw him there. He might have seen his elbow.
Yeah, he saw him, and he hears him too, so.
I'll give him the information. That's the bomb carrier. So as you see, he pulls out that knife, tries to move ever so faster. Bomb's going down now. Still an impossible situation. But for a player like Shot Up, that is possible. He's got to check every single angle. He's got to land every single shot, and he's got to do it quick. He does not have a kit. He's going to see one in Welshie's. Welshie, if even gives him something to work with. At least the glass is broken for him. That's one thing in his favor, but now they know. And now they're going to collapse. He finds a nice shot into Welshie. The time is still ticking. I think he might be out of this round, and he's got to go quick. He still wants to take it. He's not able to find anything as RMU shuts him out. 11-3.
Wow. We'll see if we can see on our final gun round here of the first half.
First time we're seeing the AWP come out, and there's 2 of them.
That's one of those things that I felt like Purdue should have been doing in the beginning, is just getting the weapons that they need to be the most effective here against RMU. As Noosty will be watching over, and he's over there towards ramp room, and that's where we saw Spermy fall. The other opper is Fresh, who's outside. He's just getting challenged. Eli, who's supposed to be watching over the mini garage, is going to get steamrolled. As Reality having zero respect into this and just being able to push directly into the bomb site. They've got the A bomb site on lockdown. And Welshie is just now deciding to go ahead and get the bomb planted. So now they've left up to Fresh and Noosty. They've got two AWPs, and then you've also got Shot Up with this M4. It's a good little opener to be able to see if they can be able to retake this site. And Noosty with the nice to be able to cover there. And there's another good shot coming in for Noosty. And now it's down to a 1-on-3. The bomb is planted for him. And there he's able to take down one. That was a great play by Reality. This is 4 kills so far.
He doesn't have the time.
And he will be able to pick up a kit. And that's going to be able to do it. He picks up the ace to be able to wrap up the first half. And 12-3 is the score there in favor of RMU. And, man, RMU is just having a really good day of being able to play here against Purdue. They took the very first map 16-7, and that was another one of those maps. That was 14-1 was the first half score on that one. And so we can see how this one's being able to play out here.
Once again, we're seeing Purdue in a must-win pistol round for themselves, and boy, they've got a tough task ahead of them. As you said, Reality finding that ace, a 1v3, not able to lock him out, and going into this half, that's not the momentum that you'd want to save for the side of Purdue, and now they're just taking it to him. They're running out to the bomb site, and Welshie's shut this down, and he finds 2 with supportive retro Q. Corey, we said it, that was a must, an absolute must to get the momentum going. And look at their money. Even if they force, that's just Deagles. They have nothing to work with. Welshie again, finding those 2 picks on those players, had no chance. His aim is too sharp for them as Cyber's forced into this round with the Mac 10. And to look at that, Purdue's actually bought into this one. And they're going to have a rough time. Cyber's actually found one on the Dragio.
I mean, you can again. It's been some crazy stuff. We've seen RMU have some really good control, but the ecos are always still strong, and they are on their T side now. They can be aggressive. They can make things happen. As you can see, they're being able to get tagged up there. That nade caused so much damage.
This has gotten messy. It's a 2v2, and all of these players are hurt. As well, she's going to hear Noosey just dropping down. He might even just try to follow him right in. He sure does.
He's baiting all those steps out and everything. And now he's going to see if anybody's going to decide to be able to push up. Welshie played that so smart. He decided not to go ahead and push down and immediately reacts to go check over there towards Secret, which is exactly, oh my goodness, his positioning, his awareness is on point. Every audio cue, every angle, and there it is as he picks up both of them. Great job by Welshie, just having great awareness there for RMU. 14-3. John, I want to take a second here. Purdue started off this tournament with us. During group play, they had 6 maps of play. So they played a long time. They had some really tough matches. They lost their very first series of the entire tournament. And then after that, we got to see them play some really good games and gradually getting better and better as well. She was able to pick up one. Then we saw them in the upper bracket round. They were knocked down to the lower bracket rounds. And then we've seen 9 maps from them. And we've seen out of every team in this entire tournament, we have not seen any other team as much as we've seen Purdue. And Purdue has been so much fun to watch in this entire tournament. And they are able to make it all the way here to this point. It is 14-3. I just want to give them the whole kind of spiel because these guys have just deserved everything that they've done. This is going to be a good team if they continue to keep these 5 together. I think there's some absolute real potential. You can see that right now they're in a good position to be able to win this round. You've got Spermy facing off against Noosty and Shot Up. And that's going to be able to finish off the round as Noosty with a sick little scout headshot. I just want to make sure that I be able to say my piece on the Purdue team. If they come back and they take this, I will absolutely eat my words, and I will appreciate every bit of it. Because if Purdue could come back from this and be able to win this entire series and continue to prove themselves, I will eat every single word. But everything I said, it still holds true. It's been so fun to be able to watch these guys be able to blossom into what they've done. You can see Dooley's coming out for Dragio, and Welshie able to pick up another one. The outside is locked down. They told you to stay at home. They told you to stay indoors and quarantine yourself, and Welshie is the enforcer. And now we're at game point for RMU, match point for RMU.
We saw Kennesaw on this map yesterday against RMU. They had absolutely no success as it was a 16-5. And RMU said, you know what, that wasn't good enough. We want to do even better as it's 15-4 now. And the money is completely shot from the side of RMU. They have forced in nearly every single round. Sure, they won and they had something for themselves. And now Fresh. He's 2-20. He's not having the best game, and Welshie's getting aggressive with this AWP. They can feel it, Corey. They can feel that they were about to move on into this tournament. They only have one more round to do it, and nice shot there from Dragio. Noosty can't even find his way down. As Cyber's just holding this angle smartly. That's a good gun to hold it with, but he can't find it. And now it's left to Shot Up, the player who's done it all for this team. He's had the awareness. He's had the shots. He's had everything. He's got the bomb. He's got the positioning, but he's got so many players to go against, and he's going to find one, and that's going to give him a weapon.
1 HP versus a 1-on-3 with an AWP to try to pull it off. And so RMU, they have made it into the money. They're in the top 3. And Purdue, what a great run that they had. I mean, they absolutely were so much fun to watch in this tournament, and I do not want to take what happened today away from what they've done throughout this entire tournament. I mean, they played 18 maps with us right here in this Reload Collegiate CS:GO Invitational, brought to you by U.S. Army. It was so crazy to see all the things that they were able to do and gel as a team, and we actually got to see the evolution of seeing 5 players be thrown together and then see what they were able to come from it. Not practicing on maps like Nuke before the tournament even started, and then being able to still make it to this point in the tournament, that's crazy to see. But just like that, John, we are now, our 1, 2, and 3 seed are in our top 3.
That they are. And now something to just say about Purdue is they've gotten a lot of good experience. Like you said, 18 maps. Not only is it 18 maps against some solid teams, they got to play against the #1 seed in this bracket,
yep.
RMU. Then that's a team that everyone's been talking about. And on the side of UCF, we've seen a lot of people talk about them. But I'm saying Purdue, they went from a team that had no experience coming in with themselves, and then they got to play against some great teams and get some great experience from themselves. So I would love to see that team bounce back. I'd love to see them play together some more, get some more practice time, because it seemed like, as we mentioned, a little bit of a puggy style, but it worked out absolutely in their favor in every single matchup except the one we just saw. So if that team gets some strategy, gets some executes coming through other than just some familiar defaults, they are absolutely a force to be reckoned with, because so much talent on that team.
So this day is all about the Final Four, and let's go ahead and take a look at the finals bracket as where it sits now, Purdue, they will end in this tournament playing 18 maps. And now another interesting fact for you, John. RMU, before we started this day, had played 7 maps. To finish off this day, at an absolute minimum, is 8 maps. At an absolute minimum for them to win this entire tournament. And so that's something taken into consideration. They have to play more maps today to win this tournament. And so they've got a very tough time to be able to make their way through. But they have, the way that they played just now was the RMU that I'm really, really excited to see. As you can see at the very top of your board, we'll go ahead and we'll communicate with the teams. We'll communicate with VCU and UCF. I highly doubt it, but we'll talk with them about it, see if they want to play anytime earlier. But that matchup for VCU, Virginia Commonwealth University, will be facing off against University of Central Florida. That is currently scheduled for 1 p.m. This matchup flew by. RMU was able to take it very, very quickly, 2-0. And so we'll be waiting for that matchup. Make sure you tell a friend because that's going to be another good one. VCU versus UCF, that's the winner bracket finals. And so we'll see which one's going to be able to come out on top. That's at 1 p.m., but make sure you follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/esportsstadium, and we'll keep you up to date. Also, you can, of course, always stay here right in our Twitch chat, and we'll keep you posted as we have more information, but more than likely we'll be starting at 1 p.m. It's up to the players. I'm always about the competition first. It's up to the players if they want to play earlier, but we, at the absolute latest, we'll start at 1 p.m. Central. We'll be back here with more Counter-Strike as soon as we've got it.
We can rock with a rhythm. We can rock, rock, rock.